Studios.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, wherever you are. This is Chief OBDK and your co-host, Joel Spears.
How are you, sir?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
We are coming to you from the new Harbor Studio. And the talk of today is, hey, let's talk about it.
But before you do, don't forget
Before you do, go and
press like,
press the like and subscribe to us.
and touch the notification.
And notification and that bell.
And then send us some comments. Woo.
And then, listen, we've been getting a lot of comments from many of you. We love it. Thank you so much for all the comments from everywhere. Send it. Keep sending it. And I'm being frank with you. If it's good comments, I'll read it. If it's bad comments, Joel take care of that.
Jesus.
That's for you.
I get to take out the smelly garbage.
I just want to make sure that I welcome you. Thank you very much for joining us in this Sunday here in Oxon Hill, Maryland, Washington, D.C. metropolitan area.
I've never seen an ox.
All those people in Virginia that has been in touch, all those people in Maryland, all those people in D.C. and beyond the metropolitan area, all those people at the New Harbor Studio, around the New Harbor, big area. If you ever want to visit the area, it's really very nice and very close to MGM. Come on now. But right now, we're broadcasting from the New Harbor Studio, and the show today is Let's Talk About It. Hey, let's talk about it. Now, Joel, the election is almost 2 weeks, 3 weeks to go.
Yes.
I don't know if you have registered to vote. If you have not registered to vote, make sure that you do. If you're leaving, make sure that you register to vote. You can register absentee. I'm going to be working at the polls as a judge.
The stripper pole?
And, I got my hammer.
What kind of poll is this?
You go wrong, I'm reporting you. So, if you do want to be part of this election, a very critical election for all of us, go to the polls. Contact your Board of Election. Get yourself known over there. And they pay you. As far as I'm concerned, I'm going to take the money. I'm going to give it to the disabled American veterans. That's right, I said it. Because I'm a veteran. To all my veterans, Joel, I say good morning to all of you. And to the 50,000 or so military personnel that Joe Biden have sent over to the Middle East, I say be careful. Keep yourself, keep your eyes open. Be aware of your surroundings. You're in a very critical position and critical issue. I know that the Kamala Harris have said there's no military personnel, boots on the ground, anywhere in the world. And that was a lie. There are 50,000 right now. So we're going to be talking a lot of everything. First, let me give you my trip to Reading, Pennsylvania, where J.V. Vance had, what they call
a convention?
Not a convention, a talk show.
Okay.
One of those.
Meetup?
It was about 300 or so people. He come in with a nice plane and come out, and I wasn't all that impressed. Majority of the people were there were white people, and when they saw me coming in, they positioned me in back of his ass.
Oh, damn.
Right in the back of him.
Catch the bullet?
No, catch a bullet? Yeah, that could have been, but nobody fired, everything. I couldn't catch a bullet because there was another couple in front of me.
Oh, okay, so that's...
And they had a tiny little girl.
Okay.
About 8 months old.
Oh, that's...
Her name was Evelyn. Really pretty little white girl.
You got beat out by a little white kid.
So yeah, she was, she was playing with my cane, and every time she made a noise. But J.D. Vance, being a family man, at the end of his talk, he went and grabbed a hold of the baby. When I was trying to ask the man, about veterans and all the veterans that are homeless, he said, look. He looked right dead at me. He was no more than about a handshake away from me. He says, we're going to take care of veterans this year. Okay, JD, I believe you. You said you're going to take care of us. Good enough. I would look forward to you doing that. So the trip was not a 2.5-hour drive over Reading, Pennsylvania. Had to go through an awful lot of cow place, farms, a lot of farms. On Route 30 going up. Stinking place, though. Very.
Cow farts.
Cow fart. Man.
Methane.
I couldn't even, methane? Yeah, I couldn't even close my car door. It was, I couldn't put the air conditioner in. All that stuff was just stinking. I just had to get out of there. I did 80 miles an hour.
It opens up the nostrils.
My nostrils were damn sure open. So we're going to talk about other things. That's just a trip to Reading, Pennsylvania. They've already sent me an invitation to come to another rally, and I don't mind, I'm not walking, I'm driving. But the big story that we have to talk to you about, and we want you to be part of it. We want you to come in. We'll send you a link. Come on in, let's hear your views. My engineers are going to play for you the Obama criticizing black men. Lecturing, criticizing black men. Not black women, not black mamas, not black any other thing, just black men.
You're thinking about sitting out or even supporting somebody who has a history of denigrating you because you think that's a sign of strength, because that's what being a man is, putting women down? That's not acceptable.
I don't have any more respect for him. And I think that there are some other people that may have different views from me. They're coming on the air, and we're going to talk about it. Obama, Hussein, whatever the hell his name is. And there's somebody that said something that, and you're going to hear it, that, everybody thought that the man was Kenyan, that his dad is Kenyan. It comes to our knowledge now that the nigga ain't no damn Kenyan. That black man is not a Kenyan. His DNA doesn't reach that far. They don't even want him over there. Joel, he went over there and tried to get them to put in their legislature for gay practices to be part of the country.
Well, I think he's a little politically naive about that. I think that especially in societies that have strict religious practices, we're kind of an open society now. It's not going to fly. They want economic help. They don't want moral and cultural, issues.
Interference.
Yeah, that's none of their business.
They didn't know. So what happened is that the president of the country said to Obama, no, we're not going to have any gay marriages in the country. It's just not part of the culture. However, the president said that he will make Obama his 5th wife. 5. The man's got 4 wives already. But if Obama want to be a wife, he'll make him his wife. I think so with some people over in all the prisons that are black people. So let's go back to after you see the tape and the insult and assault on black men, with all the problems that we have, Joel, all the problems, not just the health issues, poverty issues, unemployment issues, dysfunctional family issues, educational crime, economic issues. You know, black man is in serious trouble and have been in serious trouble for some time.
Our community has been betrayed. We have tried our best to find our niche and to recover from those historical things that have happened to us, and it hasn't happened.
Hasn't happened.
Hasn't happened. As a matter of fact, it's even intensified. Now the black family is destroyed. You got, what, 80% of black children being raised in single family households, predominantly by women. And in those areas, you have an explosion of crime, that youth crime. Where are the parents? Where is the father? Where are the people who traditionally have kept things in order?
In order. And where are the family? Where are the daddies? Well, in jail.
Or child support.
With child support?
Oh,
Are they going to get child support and they're in jail?
they can't. That's what's put some of them in jail, is if you fall behind on your child support, they confiscate your ability to literally earn a living, and then you go to jail, and they can make money off of you being basically a slave in the prison system.
Yeah, of course. You know, I think the black men that are in prison system also pay for their incarceration.
Yes.
How you like that? You're in jail and you're paying for your incarceration. But let me, you know, everybody know, or if you don't know, this would be news for you. Joel, where is Ted? Oh, Ted,
California.
California. We're
No
looking for
scholar
Ted.
party.
Oh, hello, Ted.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Ted, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
It seems that Maryland has the number one state in the country that have more black men in prison than any other state in the country. Yet Obama is lecturing black men. What is your thought about that, sir?
I don't blame Obama. I don't blame Obama for lecturing black men. I don't blame him for the things he said, the offensive things he said. I don't blame him. Like I don't blame Kamala Harris. They're two peas in a pod, both of them. But I don't blame them for what they're doing. They're only trying to survive, just like the illegal aliens. They come in this country to survive. Whether they're crooks, whether they're good people, it doesn't matter. They come here to survive. And I don't blame them. I'm not mad.
So you think that what the lecturing he gave to black men is a good
Appropriate?
lecture?
Appropriate? Yeah, it was
No,
appropriate.
It was appropriate. Well, Joel?
No, to be honest, it hurt me to my core. I've always kind of had an admiration of him and his family, and something about this
That's
whole
your
thing.
problem.
It's your problem for having an admiration for
I've always admired him.
the gay commander-in-chief.
Oh, God. And I looked at the body language, and as I was listening to this, I remember getting out of my seat going, no, this isn't true. He's not. Everybody in that room was looking as a people. We're very emotional. It's like we're in church. Somebody will be saying,
So he was talking that crap, and all them black men would just say,
dead silence. They were looking at him like.
Maybe some of you don't understand what we're talking about. Again, look at what Obama said to black men. Black men only. Demanding that we black men support Kamala. Lecturing us on having the audacity to support another person, namely Donald Trump.
I've never seen in my lifetime a president or anybody representing the government talking to a particular ethnic group, us, and saying, black women are here, black men are here, black man, you are wrong. My history, the men have always been the leaders of the community, and they are the ones. So I am confused by this mixed message from someone I used to think of as my leader, who is telling me how I am supposed to vote, and that the women, because they have a sorority sister or whatever the reason is, it shocked me to my core. It was the worst.
He's pimped the black
You
women.
needed
It's
to
the-
be shocked to your core. You
It
needed
was-
to be shocked to your core, and hopefully other black men and women and people in this country, white, black, brown, red, or yellow, should be shocked to your core, particularly if you voted for Barack Obama. You should be shocked. And it's a good thing
Oh, I
you're
see
shocked,
what
'cause
he's
that means
saying.
you're waking up.
I
That
see
means you're
what you're
waking up.
saying, Ted. Like if you actually voted for Obama and you listen to what he said, you ought to get whooped by 10 horses, or you should be. You're stupid. In other words, these black men that been jumping up and down for this Indian woman are stupid.
See,
It's not because she's a woman.
back during the first
Okay.
election, I saw Barack Obama coming from way off. If you go back and look at all my documents, I was warning people then. This cat is not one of us. You're being bamboozled. You're being hoodwinked. You're being run amok. I remember the night that he was elected. There was a young black man. I was giving him a ride to Leimert Park. This is a black, not a dark black man, but black in everything he believes in. And he was very critical. But you know what? When I dropped him off in Leimert Park, black men were out in the streets jumping up and down. He got the car and jumped up and down with him, hollering, Obama, Obama. I said, look at this. Look at this. Strong young black man. And see, we deserve Barack Obama. I'm glad God sent him. We deserve him. I'm glad
he didn't do shit. He didn't do anything for us.
to shock people like Joe to wake up and stop dreaming about this man gonna help us, because he's not here to help us. He never has been here to help us.
And he didn't help us in the 8 years that he was in office.
He
There
was
is no
working with
infrastructure.
Wilson. He gave us Joe Biden. He gave us Kamala Harris. You are looking at, when you look at Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, you're looking at Barack Obama. You got to understand that.
We understand that. We understand that, Ted. You know, well, not all of us are dumb.
Yeah.
We understand.
hard to hear though.
Huh?
It's
Too
hard to
many
hear.
of us are.
It's hard for us to take that and soak it in, because
They went to him, and see, this is what Dr. King warned us about. He said, I want us to be judged not by the color of our skin, but by the content of our character. We refused to look at the content of this man's character, and we voted for him simply because he looked like us. And then when I challenged him on that, and I proved to him that he ain't one of us, you know what they said? He's married to a black woman. And I said, well, wait a minute. Do you know the reason why we have all the different skin colors, the shades we got? Because the white man loved black, and he took it.
the white man love a black what? Who?
He loved black women's intercourse.
Coochie? Is that what he said?
The white man.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We
Folks.
didn't cross that.
I'm hard of hearing, so you know.
We didn't cross that barrier.
Okay, what was wrong with? Okay, we're not going to talk too much about black
hold on.
women.
But that did not free any black women just because a white man had sex with her.
Okay, we know. I'm annoyed, Joel. The black women are not supporting us because of all the problems that we have had, and all of our incapability of being the man, the household, the daddy, and being so weak.
We've been fighting this war for about 70 years. They started with the welfare programs and slowly dissolving the black family, moving the black man into a lesser role, putting him into different kinds of slavery, through child support and all these programs that literally made it a penalty to have a functional family.
Okay, so Ray Corbin, the congressman from South Carolina, gave Joe Biden the thumbs up that black people would support him, and we foolishly did, and we got Joe Biden.
Yeah, I wonder where that thumb went.
Yeah, well, that thumb went up somewhere, but the fact that we supported I think it's Claiborne. Yes, Claiborne, Congressman Claiborne, who's now useless to us at all because even in North Carolina, he didn't even get anything from Biden. So, he did it supposedly as a congressman, and he urged all black people to support Joe Biden, who told us when he got that endorsement that if we did not vote for him, we ain't black enough. And where these people get this kind of mentality?
They get it.
We
They
can't
get
even
it.
tell the difference between you
Just
and that
checking.
They get it from us. They
He
get
got it from us.
They get it. They get it from us. I remember back in the '60s, when in the '50s, dark-skinned men like the three of us, we were considered ugly. Our features were mocked and carried on. And then when the Black Power movement came, the light-skinned blacks would tell us that we weren't black enough. People like Huey P. Newton and some of your leaders today who are very, very, very light-skinned brothers who are running all organizations, like Obama, for example, they tell us darkies that we're not black enough. And that's where Joe Biden learned that from. He learned
Okay.
to do that from us. A lot of what the white man does to us, he observes how we treat one another and just simply follows that pattern.
Okay. So, this message, now, it's Obama. The head nigger in charge. They sent him over to come and lecture black men.
There's an
Well,
old, there's an old saying.
and you too, Ted. Go ahead, sir.
There's an old saying that goes, if you want to kill the Indians, use an Indian.
So Obama is the Indian trying to kill us. So if we do not vote for Kamala Harris, which we will not, many black men have said it, podcasts all around have made that statement clear, that we as black men, that for the first time in a long time, we are the ones that are making a decision on whom we should support for President of the United States. And apparently, a lot of black men are supporting Donald Trump. When did this turn around? How did, I remember Donald Trump saying a long time ago, what do we have to lose? He asked us that. In fact, I gave the idea to them by the way.
I think there's so many levels. I think that the Democratic Party has become a cult, and removing yourself from a cult is not an easy thing to do. Families will revolt against anyone who sits at the table. I can imagine someone sitting up and saying, I'm going to vote Republican. In most black family households, they're going to tell you to leave the table and leave the house.
They're going to take your plate.
Yeah.
The plate of food. You ain't got to eat.
There are hostile reactions just thinking about never voting the way that, and I keep telling people,
Traditionally been voted.
this is not the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party has been overrun by socialism. If you look at the format or the political poll, I'm trying to think of the name. The Democratic Party has evolved into something that is foreign. It is saying that government should be involved in every aspect of your life,
yeah.
and that you should literally have nothing, and that all should be collectively shared. I mean, it'd be great in the Soviet Union and China, but it's a disaster to our people. Everything that has gone socialist.
Ted, come on in.
Let me build on that a little bit. The Democrats have always been totalitarianists from day one. Back in 1830, when it was first born by Andrew Jackson, the founder of the Democratic Party, they've always been totalitarians. In other words, they never let black folks say what we want to say. They held us as slaves. They beat us. We did not have our own mind. We did not have our own identity. Even as it came out with Joe Biden when he said, if you don't vote me, you ain't black. This is typical Democrats. And the reason why the Democrats listened to the socialists, who are smarter than the Democrats, was because they were one and the same. That's why the socialists can't come to Republicans and conservatives, because they are two different entities. But it was easy for the Democrats. And so what the socialists were smart in doing, they said, y'all Democrats, stop calling people niggers. Stop saying they can't do things. Put your sheets back on your bed, because every time you put your sheets on, they unite. Leave these people alone. They will destroy themselves, and give them socialism. That's how he got taken down. And Malcolm X tried to warn Dr. King and all the other folks, including the Jewish leaders who were involved in all of this, the Jewish Congress, they were involved. They were at the table. Malcolm said, "How can y'all have a civil rights march and movement with the very party that has denied you of your civil rights, who held you as slaves? That is your problem, America, black folks. We don't understand who we are. We have let socialists, Democrats, white folks, everyone defines who we are. We don't know who we are. And whether you
Right.
vote for Donald Trump or not, or if you do vote for Donald Trump, that's not going to save y'all. Trump ain't going to save you, period. If you listen to what the man is saying, he's not talking to you. He's talking to the middle class. He ain't talking to y'all black folks.
Well, we got to expect that he is talking to us a little bit,
Very,
because
very,
no,
very,
no,
very,
I
very
don't,
little
I
bit.
disagree
Very
with
little
you
bit.
there. I disagree with you there.
So let's go
That
for it.
Trump is not doing that. Everything that he is saying, it does not include us in some way. But we as
That's the
black
problem.
men,
But that's the
we're
problem. That's the problem with Trump. He includes us. We're not to be included. We are supposed to be the number one issue of this man, of this country, because this country is built on our backs. And we're
okay.
letting
We
Trump get away
understand
with it.
that. We understand where you're trying to go, Ted. But let's move into the direction of the community, the infrastructure, the lack of jobs, the healthcare system, the
That's our
things that
fault.
we have not, that we've been deprived of by the Democratic Party.
But that's
Let's,
our fault.
well,
We got
it's
that
our
ain't the
fault.
Democrat. That's
We,
not the Democrats' fault. They just doing their job. They're like a
okay,
crook.
they do,
A
okay.
thief is going to be a thief. If the
So
police can't stop a
then it
thief,
becomes
that's a
our
problem.
job. It becomes our job to tell the rest of the black men. Again, I'm not talking community. I'm focusing a lot on what this man said to black
Yeah,
men alone.
and you're right
Okay,
about that.
and
And that's why I don't blame him for saying what he said to black men, because we are responsible. We got to
okay,
stop blaming Obama.
I understand where he's going with that.
Barack Hussein Obama, the audacity of you to say to us that we are required and we better vote for Kamala Harris and that we don't want to see a woman in a position of power. You're a liar. I remember in June of 2010, I was in Baghdad, Iraq, and I watched your State of the Union address as a proud young black man to see a black president on the television. But I listened to you as you told the American people that we would not spend any additional resources in Baghdad or in Afghanistan, and we're going to bring our troops home in December of 2014. Right then and there, I knew you couldn't be trusted. Why? Because I'm watching them build sidewalks, build streets, and construct buildings in Baghdad, Iraq in 2010, as you say we're going to leave in 2014. So now that you get on a stage or a platform and try to bully us and belittle us and try to make the world believe that we're not intelligent enough to see what you and the demonic Democratic Party is doing, you're the biggest problem to black people, not the Republican Party. Just because our policies differ or our views differ or our perspectives and values differ, now you want to attack? No, Barack, you're a liar and you're a part of the problem.
Hey, Barack Obama, as a black man, this must be sad, man. Fuck you, fuck Kamala Harris, and fuck the Democratic Party. We vote for Trump, bruh.
If the United States wants a woman for president, there'll be one someday. The same way that an Irishman was, the same way that different ethnic groups of people were. George, why? They're all different. They all didn't come from the same ethnic group, Joel. But I'm just saying, look, America wants a president whose color is black. They'll get it, but not this one.
You said it before. We're involved in almost 5 very important wars right now. I cannot imagine Kamala Harris sitting across from Putin or Xi Jinping and trying to negotiate, and they're sitting on the other side laughing at us. I actually somehow believe that if she is elected, it could be a trigger to the Chinese invading Taiwan, because now they believe that our leadership is broken, or Russia taking further steps into into
Ukrainian war.
yeah.
Hmm.
There are so many things that because we believe that our culture is universal and it's not. When you have a woman, forgive me, ladies, but when you have a woman stepping forward as the baddest man in the room, she's going to get her feelings hurt and she's going to pull us in. And those of you who have children of military age, this could literally end up in a shooting war that could involve your own children.
But
And
see,
I
but see,
hope.
but see,
Go ahead.
the world leaders are not laughing at Kamala Harris. They're not laughing at her. They're laughing at us, brothers. Us. She wouldn't be who she
All right,
is without us.
you sound like you
They're
beating
laughing
the
at
shit out
us.
of us too, man. Look at
What?
you damn Californians, y'all beating on the. What the hell you beating us for? We don't had enough of Obama, beating on us, and now we got Ted in California beating us. It's your fault, nigga. It's
I'm
your
not.
fault. Come on, Ted.
He's not in
I,
that word.
listen.
He's not a
I,
nigga.
He's not.
No.
No, Obama,
Obama's
I tell
not
you,
a nigga.
Obama
Not a nigga.
is not one of us. He's not one of us. Y'all need to
Well,
stop that.
I'm just
He's
saying,
a foreigner. He is a foreigner. He never cared about us. He has no right to care about us. It's
all
us
those
who need to learn
houses. This
to
man has
care.
got
That's why I
millions
put
of
my
dollars.
flag upside down.
I
That's why
got
I
you.
try to tell
I
y'all about
got
the
you,
14th
Ted.
Amendment.
We know that.
Because we don't know who we are.
We know who we are now.
No, we don't. If we
No,
did,
we
we
know
would
who
not
we
be in
are.
the trouble we in
But
right
again,
now.
Ted,
They know how to get us in a room.
beat the hell out of us. Anyway, Ted, we know that we know our wrong. We done did wrong.
But what do we do
We
about
black
it?
men.
What do we,
But I tell you what you just said, I want to correct what you just said
sure.
about Kamala Harris being able to work with some of the most powerful individual men
Right.
around the world.
Right.
Let me tell you something.
She's afraid of
That whole continent of Africa are nothing but men leadership.
Right.
There's only been one black woman that's been a leader in Liberia.
Right.
And
Now,
when that happened, there was a war. There was she had menopause, and when all that happened, everything went down the tube. So I can't imagine Kamala sitting on the table, and some men really get after her, especially dictators. Dictators ain't got no time for a cackling woman. And why would the United States, is there any woman in the world now? There's not one woman in the world who's a leader. And we're going to put a woman.
Margaret Thatcher was pretty good.
There's other women leaders in the world. Italy has a woman
I'm
leader.
not talking about the ones that
Mexico has
were.
a woman now.
I'm not saying the ones that was or were. I'm talking about now.
Yeah, right now there's a lady in Mexico. She's the president of Mexico. Just got
The
elected.
president of Mexico ain't no woman.
Mm-hmm. Just got elected. Look it up.
Yep.
Oh, is that
There
right?
are women leaders in the world. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know the president of Mexico was a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no wonder we got so much problem. Oh, okay. No wonder she got menopause. She just let all her criminals come in the country. Go ahead on. I don't want you here. Go to America.
Jesus.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'll tell you something. I'm just not happy with Obama and all these people that have podcasts all around the country. Black men. We're saying something to Obama. When it comes to the choice that we have, the ones that was tossed in there, poor Biden, I feel so sorry for him. He wasn't no good man at all here. I don't like him. He's a piece of shit, but goddamn, what they did to him was not nice. It was not nice at all. They kicked him out.
Yeah.
After getting more
on Twitter,
millions of votes that he got, and they called the coup, the Democratic Party. You stink. But here's the message to Obama. From one black man, here's one message for you. I am voting Donald Trump for president. Get it? Whether you, your mama, or your daughter like it or not, or your pimp, what they call it? He's a pimp, So what is
The pimpette?
what pimpette? Kamala Harris is a pimpette. We don't care no more. For the first time, we black men are finally standing up and saying, we don't care what you say about Donald Trump. We're listening too. We hear him.
And we said, man, who are you talking to, bro? Like, at the end of the day, you don't own me. And it's very disrespectful that you don't think that I could research for myself the fact that you ain't did nothing for nobody except for yourself and made yourself rich, and in the process continue to empower your friends. And that's why we got 12 years of your administration over the last 16, and only 4 of that we've been able to find any kind of peace, bring some of our troop homes, fix the economy, actually go America first, instead of continuing to use identity politics as a method for which we continue to say that people need to vote. It's when you wasn't in office. And yes, I do believe that Biden was a continuation of Obama, and Kamala Harris will be a continuation of Biden, because as she admitted, she was in a room when they was making all of the important decisions, and she was very much involved.
My name
Well,
is
let me-
Toby,
Chief,
not
Chief.
Kunta Kinte.
Uh-huh.
Joe,
And when it comes to yes, massa.
Joe,
Yes, man. I'll be a good nigga, sir.
Joe,
Come on, that's it. I'm a Democrat. Let me take my hat out. I'll be a good nigga. Go ahead.
Oh, damn.
Joe, Chief, what do black men want from Trump?
What do we want?
Yeah, what do y'all
We
want?
know. Look, that's a good question, Joel. Jobs, capitals to build, health issues, a declining of that imprisonment. Because the Department of Justice haven't been very good to us. I've
black
never
men be
seen a
allowed-
group.
should-
Well,
should-
let me finish answering your question. Donald Trump have shown to us a little bit of respect. And I'm referring to black men, because the black women, the Democrats are using them to do every dirty work that they need. Prosecuting this. Prostituting, some of them are. Don't be, ain't no secret. Some of them are. Somebody said Kamala was too. So, Judge Joe Brown said she was.
I saw that. Ooh.
Judge Joe Brown didn't mince no words. He said it,
No.
that she was, a prosecutor. Prostitute.
But again, gentlemen. So impugning Kamala Harris's character is not going to save our people. I ask you again, what is it that we as black men want from the president of the United States? Is it prosperity, material prosperity? What is it that we want? Because if it's material
You weren't
prosperity,
listening. You weren't listening.
If it's material prosperity, it's not going to work. Because a
That's
lot
not
of black-
true. I disagree.
No, it is true. It is
No.
true. It is true. It is
Wait
true
a minute, Ted. I disagree.
But let me finish my
Joel?
point.
I was going to say, what other group in this country would they do this to the Asians, to Latinos, to sit there and
So
humiliate
why,
them?
Joel?
and-
Why
and
do they
say-
do it
Wait
to
a
us,
minute,
Joel?
wait a minute, Ted. Listen to what the brother's saying. Go ahead,
I'm
say it
listening.
again.
What other male group or head of the household, however you want to say it, has been humiliated? Obama humiliated the black man yesterday.
But
And
why? Why?
It crushed
Ask
me.
the nigga why. Hey, you go ask him.
Why,
I like
Joel?
to know why too.
Why, why is that black men are treated this way, Joel? Tell me why, and nobody else. Why?
I just told you. Didn't
Why?
I just tell him?
Why? Because they're racist?
Yeah, he's a racist.
So
You told me. You said you the one that said it. That he's
He didn't wanna-
Hussein,
I admit it.
a
But what I'm
Muslim.
asking- but what I'm
So who
asking-
said anything? If you said it, Ted, he's
Yeah,
a Muslim.
what
His daddy ain't
what
black. His
what
daddy
I'm-
is a Muslim.
We've established that. Now what we need to establish is, why is it that they do it just to black men, as Joe correctly says, and not to other ethnic groups? Why us?
Well, go ahead. Continue the clarification, Joel.
I mean, it literally stunned me. I was speechless when I saw that yesterday. I almost thought it was an AI. I just didn't want to believe what was coming out of his mouth. And I was like, who the heck? And I was looking at the reaction of my brothers across that room, and they were looking at him politely, and they were cussing him out with his eyes.
But why did they do it though? Why
why?
did Obama make this
I don't
statement?
know. I felt disrespected. I felt that he felt safe enough are somehow confident enough that he could do something that no other president has ever done before.
Head nigga in
So
charge.
what is it
Went to the
about
bump.
us black men that allows him to do that?
Okay, here it is, Ted.
Tell
Here it is. Should I tell him?
Go for it.
Go for it. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. My name is Chief OBDK, and I am broadcasting from New Harbor Studio. Remember the program. Hey, let's talk about it.
Subscribe.
Why? And don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell. You can ring my bell.
Notification.
And notify us.
And-
And give okay. Here's why, Ted. And everybody else that is listening. Why did Obama insult specifically black men?
Right, I want to know.
Now, if you were running for office, not you, Ted, but you were running too, for a different office.
That's right.
We know that. You will wonder where the majority of votes will come from for Kamala. You will say, okay, there will be some women that will vote for her. Not black, black women should be supporting us. But there'll be some women, so they'll say, okay, certain number of women, certain percentage, certain very small percentage of white men because they're going to support Donald Trump. And there's going to be students. And so, you look at the geographically, mathematically, the numbers of people who participate in the election, post past history. Then you finally say, well, where are the least group? Who are the least group of people that participate in the election? Because when he made his statement, he said, you're either trying to say that you're not going to participate in the election. That was one part of it. So he gets the idea that black men are not going to participate in the election. We're not going to get involved.
No, I think
Just that part.
I have so many different parts of this.
No, just that part about
Still
the.
haven't heard.
Wait a minute, California.
It was Obama's version of, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. It was with Joe Biden's.
If you don't vote for Kamala,
Yeah, you ain't black.
if you don't vote for Kamala, you ain't black.
It was just a more eloquent way of putting it, but I felt completely insulted.
Or if you don't vote for Kamala, you're not a man. You're not a man because she's a woman. That's why, because that's the last part of his rhetoric. You ain't a man because she's a woman. Nigga, please. You ain't gonna tell us who to vote for and who not to vote for. Those black men that have suffered so much, the black man that has been incarcerated so much, now you're reaching down to where we are to come to get votes for some woman we don't even know nothing about, a damn Indian. You must be out of your goddamn mind.
What you thought you was doing, Barack Obama? Boy, you didn't step out there. All you did was piss black men off, bruh. All you did was piss black men off. Why y'all think the American people why y'all think the Democrat Party own black folk? The Democrat Party don't own black folks, bruh. What you thought you was doing with that? We see the play. We see the play. Kamala Harris is losing. She's not gonna win. So you done stepped on out. Yeah, black people, if you're voting for Donald Trump and not Kamala Harris, this is unacceptable. Man, look, check this out. This is what I gotta say to you. 1, 2, Trump is coming for you. 3, 4, you won't win no more. 5, 6, the election was fixed. 7, 8, y'all made a mistake. 9, 10, Trump is coming again. 9, 10, Trump is coming again. Bam!
He's reaching down. He's reaching to us now. Why is he reaching to us?
Because you got to remember something now. And Joel was a prime example. Y'all put him in office, Joel.
I did.
You see, what you're talking about today, has roots in y'all. Y'all voted for this man because of his skin color. You didn't vote for him because of his character. You
Not
didn't vote
me.
for him because of his policy.
Not me. I didn't vote for that nigga. No, I didn't vote for him.
Not you, but Joel did.
I did.
Yeah, he did.
And most black men who voted for Obama. And before we can go forward, those black men got to
Well, I'll be
recognize
honest,
the
I didn't
mistake
vote
they
for him
made,
the
that
first
they
time.
disobeyed Martin
I got you.
Luther
We
King.
got you, Ted. We got you. It's your fault, Joel.
It is mine.
It's your fault that Obama
He's
got
on
into
approach.
the office.
Him and
It's
all
your
the other
fault.
black men need to own
You
up to
know,
that.
it's the fault of the black. You blaming black men but for
Yeah, that.
putting Obama in office, number one,
Yeah,
and putting what's his face, Joe Biden in
yes,
office, and
yes,
now he's attacking us for
yes.
having the audacity of not wanting to vote for Harris because she's a woman,
I
We
thought
and he's
deserved it.
coming
And
after us.
they
Well,
kicked us
we
in
got
the
something to
ass.
tell him, Ted.
That donkey kicked us in the ass, and we
Okay,
deserve it.
okay, Ted.
I want
Here's something that we got to tell to Obama.
You said, let's talk about it.
We are not fucking with you, B.O. Like, no, bro. They're gonna send your ass to the community like, oh, let me go ahead and chastise the black man. Motherfucker, what? No. We are not fucking with you. We not, and just for that, they sent Magic Johnson. They send your ass. Oh, and don't forget, Sassy Martin, D.L. Hughley, Ricky Smiley. Like the list goes on and on. Like, really, bro?
Do you realize the damage that has been done to our people behind Obama and now Biden? Do you realize the generational damage that these guys have done to us?
There's another thing
We,
that I keep telling people. I have 5 grandsons, and there's war all over the world. I think Obama is a stupid man, but I also think that Donald Trump is a negotiator and possibly a peacemaker, and that the wars that are taking place globally and the potential catastrophe they will have on the American public and American children, the death tolls is going to be high. I'm trying to find some way, and I'm more convinced now that Donald Trump is the person that can bring peace
Well,
to the world.
one of my friends,
Stability.
one of my
convinced of
friends
that.
has a high-ranking position in the military, and I won't say what branch. He said we are in trouble. He says he does not. We will suffer, but we will also reap from the incompetent politics that are being played. That
I agree with him.
there are a lot of our children are going to go off to war and never return if we continue down the same path. And that was from a man in the military who can't speak.
I agree with him.
Chief, can we go back to the question, what is it that black men want? Whether from a Kamala or from Obama or from Trump. What is it that we want? Is it
Respect.
prosperity? Is it money? Is it property? Will
Well,
these things
you
stop
asked
black
the
men?
question, now you don't give the answer.
Let me finish
But
my
you
point.
asked the question, now you give the answer. You can't do that. If you ask the question, let everybody else answer it. You can't be out here talking about what does he want? Is it money? Is it this?
I've been waiting. I haven't heard nothing yet.
Wait some more.
Respect.
You know, damn Californians, and then Maxine
As
Waters,
you know,
and
as
then Nancy
California goes,
Pelosi.
the country goes.
Nancy Pelosi. What that damn?
Hey, I danced with her.
Adam,
I danced with her one time.
what that boy's name? Adam shit. You know him too. And Nelson.
At least-
What is
at
that
least he got-
Newsom? I didn't believe. I didn't remember. You know, I found out that Newsom was gay. I didn't know that.
It
Your
does
governor.
surprise me. It does surprise me.
It doesn't surprise you. But then
I'm
it's
gonna-
a good
listen,
question that you're asking.
I'm in a battle right now in California with Governor Newsom. I'm in a battle with him, face up, right now.
Okay. All right. Don't tell us your battle with him.
I can answer your question though.
But we want to answer your question.
Please answer my question.
Okay.
What would be the two things in my mind would be two things: respect and access. I want the
Respect what?
same access.
Well, go hold it. Respect is number one.
What? What should they respect?
Wait a minute. He can respect my ass, but he can still respect. But it's respect. You know, you ask the question, what do we want? We're black men. We're talking black men. What do we want from Donald Trump, who's going to be president?
I have been in business a couple times in my life, and the one thing that frustrated me constantly as a businessman was my access to capital. I would walk in there, and I am not trying to be racist, I'm just being factual. There would be people who literally just got here to this country and had access to, expand their businesses. They had all kinds of loans and capital, and I had to jump through a different hoop to establish my business. Even though my businesses were successful, they were underfunded, and therefore, from the beginning, were anemic and not able to thrive. I don't understand what is the issue about funding businesses that can show and have the proper ducks in a row. We showed all our capital assets and how we were going to go about expanding the business. And no matter how many banks I sat in front of, they would all clap and applaud at how wonderful and professional it was done, and then give us a denial. And then you have
Again,
That's two.
no,
Do you have one?
I still haven't heard.
No, okay, you got two.
What
You got
is it
respect
about
and capital. I'd
What
like
is
to
it-
give you more, but I want to hear, do you think, from you, Ted, from you, California, California,
California?
do you have anything that you think Donald Trump will give to the black man when he gets elected president? Do you have one thing?
his luggage.
You gonna give us his luggage? Massa?
No, you're right. Hey,
I'm gonna be a
Joel,
good massa.
Joel, you're right about that one. Joel, you technically you are right. You're going to give us his luggage because that's what we do right now. We're burying his luggage. Trump ain't thinking about us right now. Trump is thinking about being the president of the United States. You don't care how he gets there. Trump is
Okay.
not caring about us right now.
Okay, but do you have one thing? You asked the question, and I asked you a question back. Do you have one thing that you think when he gets in the presidency that we black men, I mean, look at our urban cities everywhere. Look at the deterioration of all Baltimore, Chicago, Milwaukee, you name it, urban cities where black people reside. Is there any one thing that you, Ted, think that we can get from Donald Trump when he becomes president?
The crumbs, yes, the crumbs from the table, the afterthought.
The
When they're
crumbs
done
on the
eating, they'll
table.
give us the leftovers.
Whoa, that's cold, man. That's cold.
It's true. I know
Crumbs
it's
on the table.
Yeah, we will get the crumbs. We are not going to get a direct meal. It's our
All right.
table.
Do you think
He's
we'll
not
get
inviting us to
something
the
from
table.
Kamala?
Every time he speaks about the middle class. He don't
Okay.
speak about the homeless.
So-
He don't
so
speak about
if you
the
can't-
brothers in prison. He does not speak about the people in projects.
Okay, Ted,
He doesn't
okay.
speak about the
All
poverty
right,
of black
okay.
folks. We are the left behind.
Damn,
not the
Ted,
middle
you
class.
sound like my wife.
But I gotta be fast, my brother, because you quick, G. I gotta keep up with you.
Do you think if we get
Come on,
about
get one
crumbs
here.
I'm sorry, my brother. You my brother. But do you think that if all we're gonna get from Donald Trump is crumbs from the table,
Yes.
what the hell do you think we're gonna get from a woman that is in prison, black men left and right?
So we're voting for the lesser two evils then.
What did you say?
We're voting for
He
the
said
lesser
lesser
of
two-
two evils.
So what do you you got crumbs?
We're going to
What
get more 7-Elevens, right?
We're gonna get more 7-Eleven when she get in. Okay.
Indians.
It is what it is. You heard Joel. You know he comes out and hit it.
Sorry.
Who owns 7-Eleven? Indian.
I've gone to stores. I hear languages. I wonder, am I in America? What happened to America?
Okay, so he didn't answer the question about Canada.
The question is, yes, I did answer it. You're going to get crumbs. You're going to get the afterthought.
No, that's Trump. What about
That's
Campbell?
Trump. Oh,
What
come on.
about-
I don't deal with her. She's
did you say?
He
irrelevant.
said she's irrelevant.
She's
irrelevant.
irrelevant. Okay.
She's irrelevant. Anybody even consider
I
Kamala
clap for
Harris
you. I clap
is
for you.
irrelevant.
I
She-
clap
she-
for you.
She's
You know,
not for us. She never
when-
has been.
When the United States was the sole superpower at the end of World War II, it had a commitment that was wildly successful, which was the rebuilding of Europe and Japan. I'm forgetting the name of it just because we're talking about it, but the Marshall Plan, I believe it was
The
called.
Marshall Plan, yes.
The Marshall Plan needs to be implemented here in our major cities.
For the urban communities.
We got the money.
Why?
We can
Why?
refurbish.
Why?
Why?
Man, let me get some black women to talk and give you some answers.
I like
So
to
that
know
they can
those
have their
black women.
family
Give me
back.
some answers. I
So
want
they
to
can
give
have
some answers.
businesses in the community. So they can have health care in the community. Why? Why should the Marshall Plan be
Yeah, why?
implemented in urban cities and across the country?
Why?
Why
Because
is that
he's
impossible? Is it
Because he's black?
impossible?
Because he's
Huh?
black? Because he's
Oh,
black?
yeah. Come on, Ted.
No, I'm serious, man.
Hang
I'm
in there with me.
serious.
Hang in there with me.
I'm hanging.
You ask a great question, and we give you the best answer that we can,
And I
and
need
you
to
took it.
respond.
Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. We're gonna look.
Move
Why cannot
Say what you
the Marshall Plan
Yeah.
be implemented for all urban cities in the country? He mentioned one, Washington D.C. Refurbishing that whole state, that whole city.
Washington, D.C. is a spot.
It's just a spot. But that's what he mentioned. He mentioned
We
one.
got neighborhoods bigger than Washington, D.C.
Yes, we do. We do. But at least he mentioned one.
That's just a symbol.
He just gave an idea.
We need to refurb. This country is now living in the past. We're almost like the British who celebrate victories from 1,000 years ago. We need to start looking forward. When is the last time we did anything great? Where the world is saying the biggest buildings, you're starting to see all these massive infrastructure campaigns that are now in what we used to call the third world. We're now applauding China. We're applauding all these societies that are building these infrastructures that are world class. And then they turn to us and say, you used to be world class. We're like that old punch-drunk boxer.
But Kamala says we ain't going back. We ain't going back. That's what she said. We're not going back. We're going to continue to go forward and destroy the country. That's what we're going to do.
Kamala Harris.
May I present something here real quick?
You got 1 minute.
When you let's say you have $1 trillion in your bank, and you go to the bank one day to take out $1 million.
$1 trillion?
1 trillion with a T.
$1 trillion.
A black man?
Yeah. Well, a man.
A man.
Okay, a Martian. Okay. You got $1 trillion in the bank. You go to the bank and say, look, I want to withdraw $1 million today, and I want it in cash. And the clerk who knows you, oh yes, Mr. So-and-so, absolutely. You can have your money. Can I see some ID? Oh, come on, look at me. Look, you know me. Look at me. You know me. Yes, I do know you. But policy is I need to see your ID to give you this cash. So what you do then is you go back to your house, where you're from, get your ID. You come back and say, here's my ID. And they say, how would you like your cash? In what increment would you like your cash? Why I said that? Because Dr. Martin Luther King told us this. He said, all y'all got to do is take the promissory note, go down to the Bank of Justice and cash it. But when you go to cash it, you got to have the ID to get the cash out. And what I'm trying to explain to y'all is that while you are right, we are due respect, we do all the things you said, but none of that stuff is going to come out of the Bank of Justice until we can identify ourselves. And we have not been able to do that.
We have.
No, we haven't.
No,
you haven't.
I disagree. I like what you were saying, but when you come to think that we black men are so stupid around the world, around this country, that we don't know who we are, we don't know what's going on, we're not seeing, I disagree I disagree 100%. Black men are alive and ready to, and they've been standing for some time. Black men have been standing for some time.
Again.
And they have been working and wondering, just little times, some things that they've been watching carefully. Because if they have not been, we would not be that important to the so-called established political organizations.
Well, they're replacing us now.
Oh, they're trying to
Why are they replacing us? Because we don't know who we are.
Look,
no one can replace you if you know who you are. Nobody can take away who you are.
Okay, we know who we are. We're going to be shutting down. We're going to be shutting down.
Who are you? Black people, black men, who are you? Who are you?
California. Listen to me.
I'm listening.
We're going to be back soon. We're going to take a break, and we're going to come by, and within the next 3 minutes, we're done. We'll be back. fix.
Not going to tell me what I'm going to do and what I'm not going to do. Number one, I ain't going to vote for Kamala Harris. I think that she's going to make a bad president. She's a bad vice president. Everything she does, she tries to politicize it, and she hasn't shown the fact that she wants to put America first ever. So I'm not voting for that individual. Secondly, I think that it's really sad that you would come out against black men and actually degrade them because they're not picking the person that you want them to vote for. All right. And the last thing that I'm going to say is the moment that I became a Republican and a conservative, that is when I got the most hate from the opposite party. All right. Being that I'm a conservative, being that I'm a Republican, I've always been accepted. For the little bit of time that I may have been liberal, I never heard anything from the Republicans. They never came out and called me slanderous things. They never came out and called me racist things. The only time that I ever started hearing things about my skin color and about, racism or whatever was when I became a Republican.
But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. We're back. We're now, and we're still coming to you from New Harbor Studio. And the topic and subject that we are with, let's talk about it. Hey, let's talk about it. And what we talked about was Obama's assault on black men.
Ouch.
Obama's insult on black men. And here in this program, we gave him an answer. No Kamala Harris for black men. From us, no. The answer is no. So go back to your yacht, go back to your 18, 14, $50 million homes, go back to your plane, and stay out of this mess. Stay out of this election. You're not running for anything.
He's retired.
You're already, huh?
He's retired.
You're retired, goddammit. Get out of here. We don't need you. We don't want you. Obama, whoever you are, goodbye.
Oh, man.
Man, what a fool. God, I can't believe that nigga to come out here trying to insult us. Oh, you want to vote? You don't want to vote for Kamala because she's a woman? No, that ain't it. If she was a black woman, we would. You,
I want to try some.
gay commander-in-chief.
I still want to try her greens.
You want to eat Kamala's greens?
Those bathtub greens?
The bathtub greens. Well, maybe that's what she fed Obama. He was drinking the wrong damn Kool-Aid. Come out here trying to tell us what to do. No, Obama, we're black men. We're strong. We're vigilant. We're watching. We're looking. It ain't all good as we move forward, and we need to stop the crime. We need to stop killing each other, and it's because of you any damn way that we're losing our lives. It's because of you. 8 years in office, and what did you do for us? You didn't do a damn thing, and now you coming to tell us who to vote for? You're a rich man already. Stole some of that federal money. I hope that'll put you in jail. Bubba's waiting for you. You're an idiot. I said it. You don't like it? You personally come. Just you. You're 140 pounds. I'll whoop your behind. You just should never have made that statement. You should have never attacked black men. All the problems that we have had, losing our family, being put in jail, losing our jobs, and you come over here to tell us, don't vote for Donald Trump. Well, he has been saying things we like. She has not. We know how she came up. We know. Didn't even go through a primary.
Well,
violating the whole doggone process.
Well, I think you will no longer be welcome in 7-Eleven.
I don't go to 7-Eleven. The hell with 7-Eleven.
I'm just saying.
But he was wrong. He was wrong. Definitely wrong. Obama, go on about your business, bro. We got 2 weeks to get this election, and we are supporting Donald Trump because we need some things from him. Especially that what you said.
I think that he should also have the same conversation with the black women. See how well that goes.
Oh, he ain't gonna do that. He's a punk. He's not gonna go to black women and tell them that. No, boy, them sisters will eat him up. Ooh, and because he now have found out black women are supporting black men. They're coming on outside. And we beg you, my sister, we beg you, come outside. That's the chief. come to us, my sister. Support us. We know what we're trying to do. This is Chief OBDK of Hey, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. And this is your co-host, our brother, the Honorable Joel Spears. Until the next time, God bless you. Take good care. Register to vote. Arrivederci. And for you, Obama,
Ooh.